dark phase of photosynthesis. In the last class, we have completed light phase. What is the end product of light phase? ATP, NADPH and oxygen. The oxygen is liberated and ultimately comes into the atmosphere. The remaining two components, ATP and NADPH, combinedly called as assimilatory power, right? This assimilatory power is utilized to reduce carbon dioxide into carbohydrate in the dark phase, also called biosynthesis phase or carbon fixation. Carbon fixation. Carbon fixation takes place by two pathways. One is C3 pathway. Second one is C4 pathway. C3 pathway and C4 pathway. For the first time, Melvin Kelvin, using C14 isotope, Melvin Kelvin, using C14 isotope, traced out all the reactions of this pathway in a plant called chlorella. Chlorella is a green alga, and in all photosynthetic plants, food material is synthesized by C3 pathway. As it was traced out by Kelvin, it is also called Kelvin cycle. It is also called Kelvin cycle, right? And the dark phase depends on light phase directly or the products of light phase. Dark phase depends on the products of light phase, but not directly on the light. And now the end products are assimilatory power. Utilizing this power, the carbon dioxide is reduced into carbohydrate. All these reactions were traced out by Kelvin. So number of steps in Kelvin cycle, 3 in a sequence. They are carboxylation, second one reduction, 3 regeneration. How many are there? 3. Carboxylation, reduction and regeneration. These are the 3 steps and this is the sequence. Carboxylation followed by reduction followed by regeneration, right? What is carboxylation? Carbon dioxide is accepted by RUBP and forms PGA. Okay. This step is called carboxylation. Addition of carbon dioxide to a 5-carbon ketose sugar is called carboxylation. End product of carboxylation is phosphoglyceric acid. Here one point you should remember. In order to synthesize 1 glucose, 6 carbon dioxides are required. That means 6 Kelvin cycles are required to synthesize 1 glucose molecule. number of Calvin cycles must occur to synthesize one glucose molecule? 6. Moreover, primary acceptor is RUBP, is consumed in the first step. It must be regenerated to accept one more carbon dioxide. Therefore, Calvin cycle is a cyclic pathway. Calvin cycle is a cyclic pathway. In order to form one glucose, 6 carbon dioxide molecules, that means 6 Calvin cycles are required. This is the first step. This is catalyzed by Rubisco. Rubisco, for its activity, magnesium ions are required. And Rubisco is a dual enzyme. It not only adds CO2 to RUBP, but also oxygen. That is why it is called as Rubisco. Ribulose 1,5-bisphosphate carboxylase oxygenase. Right. Now here 2 important bits are there as per NEET. Totally 4. Primary acceptor of CO2 in C3 plants, RUBP. First stable product, PGA, phosphoglyceric acid. Number of carbons in the primary acceptor, 5 carbons. Number of carbons in the first stable product, 3 carbons. Therefore, 6 carbon dioxides are required to form one glucose. 6, 6, 12. Because it is a 3 carbon compound. So 6 carbon dioxide molecules combined with 6 RUBP and form 12 PGA. Right? 12 PGA are formed. Now, the second one is reduction phase. In the reduction phase, 12 molecules of PGA utilize 12 molecules of ATP plus 12 NADPH and form 12 molecules of G3P, also called GAP or PGAL. GAP or PGAL. Right? Thus, here 12 G3P are formed. These are called C3 plants because the first stable product, that is PGA, contain 3 carbons. Right. Now here out of 12 G3P formed, 2 G3P comes out of the chloroplast into the cytosol, where it synthesizes the food, that is glucose. The remaining 10 G3P are utilized for regeneration of RUBP to continue the cycle. That is why this is a cyclic pathway. So food is synthesized at the end of second step, and then the remaining G3P are utilized for regeneration of RUBP. That means most energy is utilized by the plant for regeneration of RUBP rather than for food synthesis. Later, 2 hexoses combine and form sucrose. Therefore, for sucrose synthesis, 12 cycles are required. 12 carbon dioxides are required. So 12 Calvin cycles form 1 sucrose. Right? And ultimately, here 6 ATP are utilized. For 1 glucose molecule in C3 plants, 18 ATP plus 12 NADPH are required. How much assimilatory power is utilized by C3 plants to synthesize 1 glucose molecule? 18 ATP and 12 NADPH. And finally, you can say in all photosynthetic plants, food synthesis takes place by Calvin cycle. That means Calvin cycle occurs in C3 plants, C4 plants, and also CAM plants. In all the three. This is about important points regarding the C3 cycle. And now C4 pathway or C4 cycle. In some plants, instead of PGA, 4-carbon oxaloacetic acid is produced. See, here carbon dioxide is accepted by a 3-carbon PEP to form oxaloacetic acid. This is 1 carbon, 3 carbons, and 4 carbon. A 4-carbon OAA is formed. That is oxaloacetic acid. This is catalyzed by an enzyme, PEPcase. For its activity, magnesium is required, like that of Rubisco, the most abundant enzyme in the whole universe, abundant protein. Okay, right. Here four important questions. Primary acceptor of CO2 in C4 plants, PEP. First stable product in C4 plants, OAA. Number of carbons in the primary acceptor of C4 plants, 3. Number of carbons in the first stable product in C4 plants, 4. C4 cycle occur only in C4 plants. C4 plant cycle occurs only in C4 plants. C3 cycle occurs in C3 plants, C4 plants, and CAM plants. C4 plants are more efficient than C3 plants. C4 plants can tolerate high temperature. They grow at high light intensities. They utilize water efficiently. Their yielding is more. Like that, in every character, C4 plants are more efficient than C3 plants. Why they are efficient? Because in the leaf of these plants, a specialized anatomy is present called Cronje anatomy. A specialized anatomy is present in C4 plants called Cronje anatomy. That means several layered large-sized cells are present around vascular bundle made up of thick-walled impermeous cells, and these cells store large quantity of carbon dioxide. This one. Second one, chloroplast dimorphism. There are 2 types of chloroplasts are present in C4 plants. That means granule chloroplasts, agranule chloroplasts are present. And moreover, there is a division of labor. That means here mesophyll cells are present and also bundle sheath cells are present. Some reactions occurs in mesophyll cells, some reactions occurs in bundle sheath cells. Primary carboxylation, that is this one, primary carboxylation occurs in mesophyll cells. Actually, Calvin cycle occurs in C4 plants in bundle sheath cells. Calvin cycle occurs in C4 plants in bundle sheath cells. And here one carboxylation occur, one decarboxylation. Totally 1 carboxylation here and 1 carboxylation here. Here one more decarboxylation also occur. 1 carboxylation in mesophyll cells, 1 carboxylation in bundle sheath cell, and 1 decarboxylation in bundle sheath cells. So there is a division of labor is there. Right. And then for production of same amount of glucose, that is for example 1 glucose, C4 plants require 30 ATP plus 12 NADPH, whereas C3 plants require 18 ATP, 12 NADPH. NADPH utilization is same in both C3 and C4 plants. But in C3 plants, for formation of 1 glucose, 18 ATP. Here, for formation of 1 glucose, 30 ATP. That means C4 plants utilize 12 ATP extra for same amount of food material, that is glucose. This is about C4 cycle, and very important point. Photorespiration is absent in C4 plants. Photorespiration is present in C3 plants. Let us see briefly regarding photorespiration. The biological function of photorespiration is not yet known. It is a wasteful process, and this process has no use. It is an unproductive or uneconomical process, and this process is seen in C3 plants, but it is absent in C4 plants. That is the main reason why C4 plants are more efficient than C3 plants, because of absence of C4 pathway, because of absence of photorespiration in C4 pathway. C4 plants are more efficient than C3 plants. Why photorespiration is absent or negligible in C4 plants? Why it is seen in C3 plants? C4 plants maintain high levels of CO2 in the bundle sheath cells. In the bundle sheath cells, Rubisco is present. Rubisco is a dual enzyme. It can add carbon dioxide to RUBP or oxygen to RUBP. Therefore, if more carbon dioxide is there, automatically it acts as a Rubisco. Hence, C4 plant maintain high CO2 levels in the bundle sheath cells. As long as high CO2 is present, Rubisco act as a RUBP carboxylase. Therefore, there is no question of photorespiration. That is why photorespiration is absent in C4 plants but present in C3 plants. Such mechanism is not found in C3 plants, hence it cannot avoid or escape from photorespiration. Due to the presence of photorespiration, C3 plants are less efficient than C4 plants. Why it is an unproductive or uneconomical process? Sucrose is not produced. That means food is not synthesized in photorespiration. Carbon dioxide is not utilized. Instead, it is liberated. Carbon dioxide is not utilized for fixation. Instead, some amount of carbon dioxide is liberated. And ATP is not synthesized. Instead, it is consumed. See, all are uneconomical. Food material, that is sucrose, is not synthesized. Carbon dioxide is not utilized. Instead, it is released. ATP is not synthesized. Instead, it is absorbed. And that is why it is a less product, it is a wasteful process. Photorespiration involves 3 cell organelles, namely chloroplast, peroxisomes, and mitochondria. Photorespiration involves 3 cell organelles, chloroplast, peroxisomes, and mitochondria. But the main photorespiratory cell organelle is peroxisomes. Main respiratory photorespiratory cell organelle is peroxisome. So this is about photorespiration. And photosynthesis is influenced by both environmental factors and also internal factors or plant factors. Internal factors are under the control of genetic predisposition. Internal factors are under the control of genetic predisposition. Right. Next one. What is a limiting factor? And who proposed limiting factors? First, what is a limiting factor? When a process like photosynthesis is influenced by several factors, the rate of the process is limited by the factor available at minimum level is called limiting factor. Photosynthesis is influenced by several factors. All are equally available, the process growing well. If one factor decreases, this factor affects that process. And that factor is called as limiting factor. Law of limiting factors were proposed by F. Blackman, who proposed law of limiting factors. F. Blackman. Then, in how many ways light influence photosynthesis? 3 ways. Intensity of light, quality of light, and duration of light. It has a 3-fold effect on photosynthesis. What is the saturation point of plants for light? 10% saturation. 10%. The plants become saturated for light at 10%. Generally, light is not a limiting factor. Light acts as a limiting factor very rarely when the plants are growing under shady localities. Otherwise, light is not a limiting factor. The plants which grow under direct sunlight are called heliophytes. And the plants which grow under shady localities are called xeophytes. The plants which grow under direct sunlight are called heliophytes. The plants which grow under shady localities are called xeophytes. For these xeophytes, as they grow under shady localities, light may be limiting factor, but for other plants, particularly heliophytes, do not have a limiting factor. Light never becoming a limiting factor. The most common limiting factor is carbon dioxide. CO2 is the most common limiting factor, particularly for C3 plant. Present levels of CO2 act as a limiting factor for C3 plants. What is the percentage of CO2 in the atmosphere? 0.03. Photosynthesis increases from 0.03 to 0.05%. 0.03 to 0.05%. Beyond that, the rate of photosynthesis decreases because high CO2 concentration closes the stomata. That is one point. Then C4 plants, C3 plants like bell pepper, tomato, in the presence of high CO2 levels increases its yield. That means in carbon dioxide enriched areas, C4 plants undergo photosynthesis efficiently. Right? The CO2 saturation point for C3 plants is 450, whereas C4 plants is 360. C3 plants 450. That means at low levels of CO2, C4 plant becomes saturated. For C3 plant, it requires more. That means at low level of CO2 concentration, C4 plants are saturated, but C3 plants require high levels. And finally, temperature, you know that. Dark reaction occurs in the stroma, which is temperature controlled. Stroma contains several enzymes, and all these enzymes are optimally active at optimum temperature. Therefore, temperature is important for activation of enzymes which are essential for dark reaction. That is a thermochemical reaction. And lastly, water. Yesterday we have seen that who is the donor of electrons to PS2? Water. There is a one complex called OEC, you know that. OEC composed of calcium, magnesium, manganese and chlorine. These elements combined form oxygen evolving complex. This complex break down water molecule towards the lumen side. As a result, it produces electrons, protons and oxygen of O2 is liberated. That means water acts as a source of electrons, water acts as a source of protons, and water acts as a source of oxygen. Therefore, water is a very important factor. But water as a factor more important rather than direct effect of water on the plant. That means the effect of water, the impact of water on plant directly is less when compared to water as a factor is more important. This is about factors. Today, I told you the important points regarding Calvin cycle, C3, that is C4 pathway, that is Hatch-Slack cycle, then photorespiration and factors affecting photosynthesis. This is about today's topic, and that's all today, and tomorrow we go for the next one.